Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing okay on this Thursday afternoon. Just wanted to kind of talk some NASCAR, shifting gears a little bit. NASCAR season is 30 days away officially today from getting started down there at the Daytona 500. Just want to kind of give a quick overview of my thoughts, my predictions for the season, and what I think we have to look forward to. I'm going to start with the Rookie of the Year this year. I think this one's going to be pretty much an easy one. The rookie class this year is definitely not evenly matched as far as equipment, in my opinion, obviously. I think Chase Briscoe takes it home easily over the likes of Anthony Alfredo and others. I just see Chase Briscoe being able to make a good transition over. It's really going to be helpful to him that NASCAR has got so many road courses on the schedule. And I think he's going to take advantage of that. I think he's going to run very well in the 14 car, replacing Clint Boyer, who's not going to be in the booth. As far as my chase participants, I like Eric Almirola to make it. I like Christopher Bell, Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman, Chase Briscoe, Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, Austin Dillon, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson, Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr., and rounding out the top 16 is going to be Bubba Wallace with his new team there with Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan. Talk about a couple people I left off the list really quick that I think are going to have some pretty disappointing seasons for I think what people expect them to do. I think William Byron misses the cut. I think he's going to have a challenging season. He made it into the chase last year by the skin of his teeth, barely made it, and ended up being able to win that last race in Daytona to transfer into the chase and get his first win. Chad Knaus is not on the box anymore. He's got a new crew chief. And really, if you look at Byron's Cup career, he's really struggled throughout his career so far for the most part, and really not lived up to the expectations he had getting into that car. I think it's going to be more of the same this year, and I think he's going to struggle even more. I think he's going to miss the playoffs. And then you also look at Matt DiBenedetto. I hope I'm saying that right. Had a great year last year. I was able to make the chase, able to get him a one-year deal, kind of a placeholder for Austin Cindric, who will be taking over that car in 2022. So it'll be critical for him to have a good year this year so it can secure him a top-tier ride for next year. I don't see it happening. I think there's a lot of new players in the game. Chase Briscoe in that 14. I think Bubba Wallace coming into that 23. These guys are guys that were kind of on the fringe last year. Bubba Wallace being on the outside, I think he's going to replace Matt DiBenedetto in the chase this year, or I should call them the playoffs because that's what they are now. So, and then finally, when you look at Ross Chastain going to the 42 car, I think he's going to really struggle. I think that Ross probably should have stayed another year at Kaulig Racing in the Xfinity Series, possibly even another year after that, and then possibly transition over when Kaulig goes full-time in the Cup Series. I think it was a mistake for him to get into this car. I don't think he's going to be able to perform well enough. He's a good little race car driver, but I don't think he's quite reached the level he needs to reach. And then on top of that, Chip Ganassi's equipment hasn't been the best lately in the past year or so. I know Kurt Busch has been able to run pretty decent, but I think Kurt Busch is an unbelievable driver, and I just don't think Ross Chastain's on that level yet. You see that a lot with his decision making on the Truck Series, in the Truck Series and Xfinity Series. Thinking about last year, just one thing pops to mind when he wrecked AJ Allmendinger in turn 4, his own teammate, for that race in Daytona. And I get he was trying to win, but there was nothing nothing there. I think he tried to force the issue, and I think that Ross Chastain overdrives the race cars, and I think it's going to result in a rough year for him, and I think it's going to result in a bunch of torn up race cars. So that's what I see on that in that front. A couple surprises I want to talk to you about. Chase Briscoe, he's going to surprise a lot of people this season. I think everybody knows how well he ran last year, how well he was able to do, how good he was in the Xfinity Series. It was great to watch. He was definitely a powerhouse there. I think what makes him, what's going to make him successful in the Cup Series this year is a number of road courses. Chase has shown that he's unbelievably good at road courses. He was right there in every Xfinity race. Won the Indianapolis road course last year. I expect him to have a bunch of top 10 finishes. I think he's going to get a win at some point next year as well. With all the road courses on the schedule, I think he ends up winning one of those. So I like Chase Briscoe to have a surprise season in his rookie season and do very, very well in that 14 car this year. And then the other guy I'm going to talk to you about is Bubba Wallace. I am, full disclosure, I am a Bubba Wallace fan. I have been a Bubba Wallace fan since his K&N days, actually, early on. So I've been following his career for a long time, even before everything that went down last year, and kind of put him in the spotlight. I was a big fan of his prior to that. Bubba has, unfortunately, throughout his career, with the exception of very early on in his career when he was with Gibbs in the Xfinity Series, has really driven underwhelming equipment. I'll put it to you that way. He was able to get in with Kyle Busch Motorsports in the Truck Series. He did very well there. I believe he has 5 wins in the Truck Series, and showed some promise there. That he ended up going to Roush Racing with the Xfinity, fledgling Xfinity program that they had at the time, and I think that just will continue to be the case with that. As far as Roush and Xfinity, matter of fact, I don't think he has an Xfinity team at this point, but that was a tough time for him. The team was underfunded, ended up losing sponsorship, ended up losing his ride. Then, unfortunately for Eric Almirola, he had gotten an accident that caused him to miss some time in the 43 car. Then he was able to get into the 43 car, filling in for Eric Almirola. Did a pretty good job in there. Actually had a better average finish than Almirola did in that vehicle for that particular year. I think a lot of people point to his performance in the 43 car after that. Obviously a lot changed, and I don't think that's highlighted enough in his career. When he first filled in for Almirola, they had Smithfield on board. They were with Ford, so they had a little bit more funding, and the cars were better. And then, obviously they've been underfunded for the past, few years for Bubba Wallace. So I think Bubba's got a ton of talent. I really believe in the guy. I think he's going to have a breakout season this year. He's finally gotten into some good equipment, and there's no excuses. I know that Denny Hamlin said in a press release that they're not quite ready yet as far as competing. I don't buy that. I think that if Bubba Wallace is what I think he is, then they're going to compete. I expect him to win 3 races this year. I don't expect him to necessarily compete for a championship yet. I think that takes some time, but I expect him to run very well. Expect him to absolutely win one of the Martinsville races. I definitely think he's going to win a plate race at some point this year, one of the 4, and possibly even sweep Martinsville, because that's his best racetrack. He's shown even in the 43 car, with it being underfunded and whatnot, he's still been able to get the job done and run really well there. So I expect Bubba Wallace to come out and have a great year. I think it's going to be a surprise to a lot of people because I think a lot of people don't truly understand what he was up against as far as his funding is concerned. and what he didn't have to work with there. And then finally, my champion, I think Chase Elliott repeats as champion of the series again. I think this schedule that they've come out with all the road courses, Chase is unbelievable at the road courses. I think he's going to be the car to beat every single time at the road courses. I expect him to probably not win every single road course race, but I think he's going to win at least 6 of them. I mean, he's just absolutely shown some dominance at these road courses, and he's on them. So I don't expect anything different. I think this year is going to be much of a continuation of last year because the next gen car is coming along in 2022. And I think a lot of these bigger teams are not going to want to put an exorbitant amount of resources into this year, with the exception of Bubba Wallace's new team. I believe they will put a bunch of resources forward because, I've heard several interviews with Michael Jordan and of him saying that he didn't come here to run 20th and 30th. He came to win. It looks like they're going to be building all new race cars for Bubba. So I expect him to follow suit, and I expect him to run very well as a result of that. So that's what I got, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm going to be dropping some more NASCAR videos as we get closer to the season here. Give you my thoughts on each race, and been a fan for my entire life. So I'm as much of a NASCAR fan as I am a football fan. So I know a lot about it. Looking forward to sharing some knowledge with you and enjoying going back and forth with you in the comments and seeing this season unfold. Definitely going to be a fun one to watch. Definitely going to be an interesting one to watch. So looking forward to it, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Let me know what you think in the comments.